now we're gonna go and check out, because I want to start to pre-farm also for Inferno 5. So we're gonna watch now a video from Mo, and is one of my favorite also content creators. So I want to see what he has to say regarding this, because I have my strategy, but I also want to see what he's gonna do. So Inferno 5 pre-farm, they can never stop us.
So we're getting close to Paragon 700. I wanted to share my strategies for Inferno 5 pre-farming. So currently I am well below the required combat rating for Inferno 5, as you can see. If you're already above the required combat rating, then you can ignore some of the strategies in this video. I do believe that for now, the majority of players don't have the required combat rating.
That's
so
right.
Some of the strategies that I'm going to mention here don't require you to be anywhere near the required combat rating, and I'm going to be explaining exactly how it works. So first off, I just want to quickly answer the question, what is pre-farming? So in case there's any new players watching, pre-farming just means that you're going to farm on a difficulty that you're not able to equip the items for. So you can already see in my inventory, I've got a few items here from Inferno 5, and right now I'm not able to equip them. So as soon as...
What? Okay, is he already like pre-farming like the dungeons or the open world? I mean, I already have the Inferno 5 lockdown, but I still didn't bother with it.
I reached the required Paragon level, which is Paragon 700. I'm going to be able to equip these items directly. So the second question is, do you actually have to pre-farm? Is it required? And the answer to that is absolutely not. You can get really far just sticking on your difficulty, and eventually you will be able to move on to the next difficulty without pre-farming at all.
Okay.
So what is the point of pre-farming in that case? Well, the point is just to have a bit more of a challenge, and also to have a little bit of an advantage and a small head start over other players. Some players just prefer playing...
Chat, the pre-farming strategy, why do we do is because we're freaking bored, man. We're bored that we don't have anything to do, so this at least give us something to do, to look forward for the future, to just keep them and get a small advantage.
Playing this way, so this is why I wanted to cover it in my video. In the past, how it worked with pre-farming is that active players, regardless of their resonance, they would eventually have enough really good high combat rating pieces, and they could use that to move on to the next difficulty before reaching the required Paragon level. So let's take, for example, the case of Inferno 4. So we started farming Inferno 4 at Paragon 400, and then for the active players, they'd have triple or triple 4 for all of their set and legendary items, and usually after 3 or 4 weeks or so on Inferno 4, you would be able to move on to Inferno 5, and usually you would be about 200 or 300 combat rating points under the difficulty, but that would still allow you to kind of have some pre-farming. Unfortunately, right now this is just not possible because of the required combat rating just being way too high for Inferno 5.
Yeah, like at this stage, chat, we will already be like around like 650, like probably since like last week, we could already been started, because like that's another reason why I have nothing to do. I already farmed all my green set items for all the multiple classes that I keep playing on the stream, right? But then I don't have anything to do. I don't have an extra reason for me to just keep going and spamming like these random challenge dungeons. I just don't have. And if you're gonna tell me, oh, but you can go and spam them because like later on you can convert your Inferno 4 wisps into Inferno 5 wisps, man, the conversion rate is like 5 or 7 to 1. It is just like insane, man.
I won't go into the reasons why this is in this video, but if you're interested, you can watch my last video where I went into great detail about this, and I'll have a link to that video in the description. So now let's not waste any more time and get straight into my pre-farming strategies. I'm going to divide this into 2 parts. So first are the strategies which I think all players should follow, and most of these are going to be pretty low effort, but do require a little bit of planning ahead. Second are the strategies which are going to be more for the hardcore grinders who really want to push themselves and don't mind suffering a little bit.
That's me, boys!
To have some of the best items. So let's start off with the strategies that I think all players should follow. So for the first strategy, I would definitely say start saving up your Inferno 4 wisps, and this is because you can convert Inferno 4 wisps at the NPC here into Inferno 5 wisps, and I've already been doing a little bit of this. So if you don't need Inferno 4 items anymore and you're really happy with your current set items for Inferno 4, what you can do is save up some of these wisps, and basically every 7 wisps.
But the conversion is just terrible. It just feels terrible to do this, man. Like, you do this, in my opinion, like last resort. I feel like if you're gonna farm or pre-farm like this way, it's just like so daunting, man. It just doesn't feel great.
Will grant you 1 Inferno 5 wisp. So as you can see, I have 10 wisps right now, so this is only going to allow me to get 1 extra Inferno 5 wisp. But like I said, I've already started converting some of these over. The next strategy that I can give is to say...
Wait a minute. It has 400. It is what? Is this like 400 Inferno 5? Holy moly. What the hell? I mean, like last time I farmed like 1,000, right? I usually, when I was pre-farming, I used to have like 1,000, but like this is impressive because like the combat rating is like that high.
5 wisps, but like I said, I've already started converting some of these over. The next strategy that I can give is to save up your mystery legendary items and your mystery set items, and you can claim these once you've actually unlocked Inferno 5 and also reached Paragon 700. So I do have kind of a warning to give about this to you guys, and it's basically that you don't want to be opening these up as soon as you reach Paragon 700. You want to make sure you also have Inferno 5 difficulty actually unlocked. And the reason for that is that if you look at the Inferno 4 raids and you click on the last boss here, you can see that it gives you this. It says that reaching Paragon 700 and completing the Heliquary raid will improve the equipment found in the outside world. So I think that if you don't complete the raid here to unlock Inferno 5 and just simply claim these when you're 700 without unlocking Inferno 5, you're actually going to get Inferno 4 items, which are going to have less damage and also less life.
Okay, I actually didn't know about this. I had no idea about this. But like it also says that just make sure that you unlock Inferno 5 before. That's what he's saying, because I don't think he's also certain, but he just says make sure you go and you open, you kill that boss, maybe you get carried or something, open up Inferno 5, and then when you reach level 700, you want to open these boxes.
Rating. They will still have a decent combat rating because, like I said, legendary items do increase with the combat rating, like I explained in my last video, but they will have the lower damage and the lower life value. So I would definitely wait until you actually unlock the difficulty. Unfortunately, this is going to be the case with a lot of things in my video. I would really recommend you guys to ask one of your friends, hopefully somebody who has higher resonance, to actually be able to help you to clear this. It is like a one-time thing that you just need to clear, and it doesn't take too much time. So I would really urge you guys to try unlock this as fast as you can, just so you can reap the benefits of pre-farming as much as possible. For my next strategy, I would...
By the way, just off topic, the fight of this boss is really cool. But I wish there was a way that for us, like free-to-play players, we could just go and even though we don't have like the requirement for the Patreon, if I was me, I would abolish this combat rating system and just give me like a very hard fight, but that will be possible for me to go and defeat it. That'll be really cool.
Much as possible. For my next strategy, I would say that you could start saving up your Moonrat.
Okay, we got these
from the Battle Pass chests here. So as you can see, every daily chest that you have, you can get a Moonrat Flora from this. If you save this all up, you can open these Rites of Cleansing, which can give you 1 legendary item per completion, and it also can give you these wisps here, which can be between 1 and 5 wisps, depending on which one of these rites that you do. And bear in mind that you also want to be pulling the trigger on these once you have reached 700 and also unlock the raid, so that you can actually get Inferno 5 wisps from
this is the same as before.
Inferno 4. For my next tip, I would say that you can also start saving up your Terra Essence and also save up the Terra Essence task. This is extremely important for the weekly rewards, which can give you a guaranteed exceptional item. So you basically want to try and estimate when you're going to reach Paragon 700 and then save 2 weeks in advance from this. So in my case, I'm trying to reach Paragon 700 in the week when the Silver Paragon is 680. So that's in roughly 2.5 weeks. So basically what I'm going to do at the end of this week is claim the rewards from both of these. I'm going to claim both weekly rewards, and then for the next 2 weeks, I'm just going to hold off from using this, and then once I actually reach Paragon 700,
then
I'm going to pull the trigger and run all of these Terra.
So this is what I do. Most of the times, I always keep like these 2 stacked, and I just do 10 of them. I do 10 of them, or sometimes if I get bored, I do 20 of them. Depends on if I really need a lot of instances for that class or not. But definitely Terror Instance, it is like literally a very good cheat code if you are looking to just get like more legendary gear for your instance. Like, so if you're lacking some instance, spam some Terror Instance or with the Oblivion Pillars. In my opinion, it is the best way to do it. And just get this. Not only that, you're gonna get a 3-3 or the 3-4 equipment, which is like extremely good.
Terra Essence here. For a lot of players, I would probably say that you'll probably reach Paragon 700 when the Silver Paragon level is 690, so that's still about 3.5 weeks from now. So you can start saving up your Terra Essence and also the Terra Essence task from the end of next week. So you do
let me just see how many do I have. Wait, I think I got disconnected.
Now, my next tip would be to utilize the gambler here in Westmarch, Yakin, and you can actually get some really godly items from this if you're lucky. These are going to refresh daily. You basically want to be reaching Paragon 700 and also unlocking the final raid so that you have.
I thought you was gonna say that before I was 700, if I just changed to Inferno 5, I could get like some pieces of gear.
Unlocked, and then you want to be gambling this every day. So
yeah, I always do
these. Good items here. The last tip I can give is to also save your Gauntlet for first clear, and you definitely want to be Paragon 700 and also unlock the last raid of Inferno 4 so that you actually do get guaranteed exceptional items from Inferno 5 from this. You can definitely get some really nice set and legendary items from this. Currently, you can see that I have a current rank of 26 on my server, but as you can see, a lot of these clears aren't actually complete clears. It's just 1 out of 2 clear, which means that we cleared the first boss but not the second one, and this won't give you the rewards, so it's fine to actually test this out and try to see how far you can get currently in the gauntlet, but I wouldn't be completing this before actually reaching Paragon 700. So now that I've gone over the basic strategies for all...
Okay, so until now, there is pretty much like nothing that it is new in the sense that this is like literally the old strategy that we used to use on Inferno 2, 1, 2, and all these things. So let's see how it is actually going and grinding these. And it says here, set items pre-farm for the grinders. Okay, now it's getting me excited.
Place to follow. I'm going to move on to talk about the strategies for the hardcore grinders who don't mind feeling a bit of pain, because to be honest, the options are pretty limited to get good results with pre-farming since we're all currently under the required combat rating. So the first strategy that I'm going to give is going to be related to set item pre-farming. So for set item pre-farming, as you can see here, I've used this strategy successfully to get 403 Inferno 5 wisps, and this strategy is a bit time consuming and it's a little bit of a headache, to be honest, but I'm going to quickly try to explain it to you guys. So basic concept of it is that if you're in Inferno 5 difficulty, you can actually play with any player from any Inferno difficulty, so that can be Inferno 1, Inferno 2, Inferno 3, or Inferno 4. So the strategy that I've been using is that I start running a dungeon in Inferno 4 difficulty and be at my full CR potential and have a really good and easy time clearing up all the mobs and everything. And then the strategy that I use is that once I get to the boss, what you can do is use the inventory portal here to travel to the nearest safe zone, and then once you're outside of the dungeon, what you can do is actually switch over to Inferno 5, and then once you've done that, you'll still have the portal to be able to go back into the dungeon. You can just go back into the dungeon then, and you can collect the boss at Inferno 5 difficulty. So the downside of doing this is that you won't...
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is such a try hard. Oh my god. This is such a try hard. Oh my god, man. These actually how is this not a bug? First, it feels like it definitely feels like it's not an exploit, but it feels like it's not working as intended, right? But it just feels like a freaking asshole. Like I don't think this is for the grinders, man. This like feels for something else that I want to say, man.
Won't be able to do much damage on the boss, and you won't be very impactful.
So this is how, whenever you see and you're spamming like challenge dungeons, there is a way that new players, you can go and farm challenge dungeons. There is a way. I just want to tell so we don't promote this.
But if you're in a full,
because it's very annoying when you're trying to do random challenge dungeons and all you see is like 2 or 3 people of your party always dead.
With friends, and I would definitely recommend that you be in a full party with friends to do this strategy. If you're in a full party with friends, they can all be in Inferno 4 difficulty.
Yeah,
and
they will carry you.
Take down the boss for you, and then you will have a cooldown. Like I said, for this portal, when you go out the dungeon, you do have a cooldown for it. I'm just going to show this as an example here. If I were to use this portal here in Westmarch, you'll be able to see that once I actually teleport out to the nearest safe zone, I'm at the waypoint.
Yeah,
here,
he's gonna go to the same place.
If we go back to the inventory, you can see that this portal has a cooldown.
Okay, what is the second one?
Nomari challenge dungeon in Inferno 4. So we're both currently in Inferno 4 difficulty.
Okay.
And obviously, I would recommend you guys to run this in a 4-man party.
So he's gonna reach to the boss,
and then I'm gonna show you guys their turn in Inferno zone, and I'll show you guys step by step just made it to the point of the final boss before
Okay.
𝙀𝙑𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 spawns, and this
So he's doing this with a party on Inferno 4, and they both are
is a key
soloing
part of the
the
strategy.
boss.
So as you can see here, I've just helped my friend take him down, and I open my inventory now, and I teleport to the nearest safe zone, and I'll show you guys step by step exactly what you need to do. So I've just
Yeah,
opened
you're just
the
gonna
safe
change
zone
the
here, and
difficulty.
it's going to teleport me out. And once I'm outside, you actually want to move over to the waypoint here. And the reason for that is that you don't want to have the long animation of switching difficulty, so that
Okay.
you can switch really fast to come back inside the dungeon. And
So the
here
other
you can
guy
see
will
I
kill the
switched to
boss.
Inferno 5 from Inferno 4, and I've just gone back in using the same portal. So obviously, when I went back in, I tried my best to help my friend do some damage to 𝙀𝙑𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙍, but unfortunately,
Yeah, he just
I'm
solos
way
the boss.
under the CR, which is completely fine because
Okay, so like you need like or very powerful friends or a very powerful party, okay? Because soloing these boss alone, I mean, it's just gonna take a lot of time if you're not strong enough.
because my friend has more than enough firepower to be able to clear the boss here. And as you can see, I've just resurrected here, and you'll be able to see I was lucky enough in this clip to actually get a Inferno 5 item. So this was a 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 gloves, I believe, as you can see there. And I'm going to prove to you guys that this is an Inferno 5 item, so we'll just leave the dungeon. So at this point, when you teleport out, you want to be switching difficulty back to Inferno 4 so that you can actually help your friends in the next dungeon, and then
Yeah.
they can also teleport out and switch to Inferno 5. So all
Bro. I feel, chat, the asshole of doing this is not enough. It is not. Listen, chat. Oh my god, switching out, switching in. I don't know. Like like you guys can do it. Like if this like feels a very try hard way of doing it, it works. It definitely works. But I will never do this, man. This feels like a waste of my time.
I've gone over my preferred pre-farming strategy for set items while being under the combat rating. I'm sure a lot of you are going to ask me about my
exploit been there for a long time. Yeah, it's been
legendary item strategy. Admittedly, I don't have too many legendary items pre-farmed. You can also get them in dungeons from the strategy that I've just mentioned, but unfortunately there aren't really that many good strategies. The only strategy which I found is really similar is just you basically want to be on Inferno 5, and obviously you can follow.
So pretty much you just need like someone to do the work for you, and you need like a Uber driver, you know? You need a whale Uber driver, and then you just switch the difficulties, and you're gonna farm some gear, and you're gonna farm yeah, just listen, just download the Uber you get you ask for you know, for the Inferno 4 Uber driver.
Your friends, and they can be playing on Inferno 4 or any Inferno difficulty that they're comfortable with.
Yeah,
and then obviously after every
hard.
single bestiary return, and what I like to do is
it's interesting. Okay, it is legit interesting. But I will not do this.
what you could do is you could follow them, and they could be playing on Inferno 1 or Inferno 2, whatever difficulty they can run. And in that case, you wouldn't have to switch out because you can just farm on your ult. And
okay, let's see what
that's about everything that I want to share in this video, guys. I really wanted to prove with this video that it is possible to actually pre-farm the higher difficulty even while being really under the combat rating that's required. So even if you're not aware, or hopefully some of these strategies will be useful to you. As always, there is a chance that Blizzard actually changes something or nerfs some of these strategies. So if that does happen, then I will be letting you guys know. But for now, I'm going to be signing off, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
All
Peace.
right, we had more coming up with the pre-farm strats, always coming clutch. So let's go there. If you guys still didn't like him, go drop him a subscribe and all these things. He's a great content creator, one of my favorite ones. Always comes like with these gimmicks, and it's crazy, man. So thank you so much, man.